welcome to Bball Summit, a new innovative basketball radio show. Our show brings the basketball community from around the world together to discuss job opportunities and the latest news and events trending in basketball. We provide the only platform for fans, players, and basketball executives to interact and share current basketball news happening around the world. Bball Summit Radio, for basketball fans who want to be the first to know.
Check it out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Basketball Summit Talk Radio. This is Brian, and I'll be your host again tonight for our first episode in 2016. Tonight, we will discuss some recent basketball news around the world, and we'll have an exclusive interview with a coach in Mexico. For any listeners who want to join in tonight on our discussion, the number to call is 347-989-0349. Again, that number is 347-989-0349. For those who might have questions and are unable to call in, we do have our live chat room on the blogtalkradio.com page.
What's up, Eric?
How's it going? How's everyone doing?
Good, man. I appreciate you coming on. I know, you're a busy man, so I appreciate you coming on. But I want to, first of all, tell you congratulations, man, for getting your first head coaching job, if I'm correct. That's your first head coaching job?
Appreciate it. It was about time.
Yes. I know. I'm excited for you, man, because I know you're one of the bright young coaches that's coming up in this industry. So I wanted you to start the interview off before we really get into it, telling the audience a little bit about your background and who you are and your background in the coaching industry.
Okay. Well, my name is Eric Weissling. I'm I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I grew up in San Antonio, went to high school in Bernie High School, Texas. And from that point on, went to St. Mary's University, also as well in San Antonio. And during my time while I was getting my degree, I was working with the Spurs as an equipment manager and player assistant, and I spent 7 years with the organization, part of 2 NBA championships in 05 and 07, and just a fantastic opportunity to learn under, great coaches and Greg Popovich and Budenholzer. You have guys like James Borrego, Jock Vaughn, Donnie Newman, Brett Brown, great coaches right now that are, all dispersed around the NBA. Just being able to be around those guys and learn and soak up everything that I can get from them is helping me develop, what I want to do as a coach and, the type of character I want to have in guys and, the type of class and organization you want to build. So it's that was the foundation of my coaching. And from that point on, I've been in Mexico now, just working in the pro leagues over here and really starting to solidify myself as, as a coach. Well, to begin with, I started in the NBA, and the idea is to get back in the NBA. Yeah, I think it's one of those goals that everyone who's been around, that level of talent, that level of preparation, it sticks to you, and you just want more of it. So, I'm working right now to be able to grow and not only as a coach and be prepared for the NBA when the time comes. At the same time, working for the opportunities to arise. So, no doubt, I want to be a coach in the NBA. That's no doubt the goal. But it also comes with preparation, and you got to be humble. You got to be persistent, but you got to be patient. There's a lot of things that come along with that. And at the point when that opportunity arises, this goes great for players as well, because sometimes they struggle to get jobs, and it's the same thing. You've got to be persistent, but you got to be patient. You got to be working hard. You've got to keep yourself in shape. Same thing with the coach. Coaches got to know their stuff. They got to know their tactics. They got to be, constantly in situations where they have to think at the top of their head. Well, the first things first. When it comes to style of play, coaches have to be like chameleons. They have to adapt to the situation. They have different style of players coming in, and so you can't just be focused on saying, I coach this way, it's my way or the highway, because you might have players that work under different styles of systems and are better in different situations on the court. So when it comes to a player, and I don't necessarily tell them they have to do this or that to start off with, they have to come and bring energy. They have to be someone that's going to come in and be a leader, want to be part of a family, want to work hard, do the extra things. If you're a young player, that's the main thing. You've got to be there an hour and a half early before practice, work on individual stuff. Because when it comes to practice time, that's team stuff now. So if you want to get better, you've got to put in the work. And I think there's a lot of players, in the States and my experience in Latin America that do that, and that's why they've been able to grow and get opportunities and be successful. good realization for me that, anything can happen. And at one point you might get an opportunity and you might think, this is maybe, and it might not lead to something. But then all of a sudden you realize, oh, shoot, we've worked hard and we're now starting to reap the benefits from it. And now it does, it is worth it. So a player that comes in, if you got an opportunity and you want, I want a lot of money and stuff like that, sometimes you got to humble yourself and take the opportunity with the idea that you can grow from it and, potentially impress other coaches. And, word of mouth spread, no doubt about it. So I think all the players that want to show, okay, I scored 30 points in the game and stuff like that, okay, those are good highlight films and those are good things that you want to show a coach. But you know what's actually better? Show them film on when you took charges. Show them film when, okay, you know what, I missed that layup, but I got back and I stopped that transition bucket with a block, and then I locked my man on defense, made him turn the ball over, got back on offense. That little things like that really impress the coach, and I think that's the most important thing. What else can you do? Okay, if you didn't score today, what else did you do for your team to make it?
Exactly. This has been very insightful. I know you got to be able to practice at 7:30, so I'm not going to hold you, but I want to tell you congratulations again on getting your head coach position, and I know you're gonna do great things. But before you go, do you mind giving like an email address? Players want to contact you, ask you questions, or get any advice from you.
What I'm actually, I'm in the process right now of finishing up a foundation that I've been putting together that allows for players in the States. It's based out of community. I mean, I'm trying to do some community work, with kids and be able to connect and bridge, what is Texas and the States, for me, home and Mexico. It's going to be called Jump Shots. Well, you can find the website at jumpshots.org. The organization's Jump Shots around the world. And I'm going to do a lot of community stuff. But at the same time, it's a great place for coaches and it's a great place for players to also contact me because, I'm always open arms to help people out. And I think we're blessed to be in the business where basketball is, shaping your future and shaping your life. And no doubt. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.
All right, Brian.
All right. Thanks to Eric Weissling for the great interview. Definitely sounds like he's gonna be a name to look out for. Already coaching in some really respectable leagues down there in Mexico, coaching some great players. But just a reminder, anyone out there listening, if you have any questions, any comments, you want to join in on the discussion, that number to call in is 347-989-0349.